So today on Reynolds Customs we're going to be doing a walk around of my mud toy. It's a Rincon 650, the first year model. It's an 03. There's a good bit of things done to it. Most of it isn't name brand stuff, which is why I'm going to do a video over it. It's I guess cheaper ways to do things. I mean, like my winch, it's a super winch. They're a big name, but I hear a lot of bad reviews on them. But it came with a mountain plate and all for this four-wheeler. Where's it at? Oh, there it is. But I've had this whole four-wheeler underwater all the way to about right here, and it worked underwater and it still has no issues. It's a 3,500 pound winch. It works pretty good. And then I bought some wheel spacers online. Can't really see those, but it didn't come with any blue Loctite, and I've never bought wheel spacers before and didn't know you were supposed to put Loctite on them. So I just had an incident the other day where my back tire fell off because the lug nuts came off, and I had to put a tube in my tire because it somehow messed it up on the inside, but it scratched the rim up pretty bad on the inside. Right there. I mean, that's all it did to it. It didn't hurt anything up under here, but there is a high lifter 2-inch lift, and there's the spacer there. On the back it only has a spacer, on the front it has a inch lift piece and a spacer as well, which is, as you can see, there's the spacer, the lift piece, and then you get a spacer right there, and then the lift piece is there. But bought this online for like $10 on, I don't even think it's a brand. It kind of sucks. These three right here don't work. The rest of them do. This is a Boss audio sound piece. This is the one with the 6-inch subs. Ever since it went underwater, it's been making a popping noise. So I don't know if I'd say that's the best for if you go underwater a lot, but it works. And then this, I didn't glue this stiff, so it wiggles. But this is a Going Deep snorkel kit, I believe. I think so. Yeah, I had to put a flex tube on there. Goes through right here. I didn't have to cut anything with this kit. It fit behind this piece right here pretty well. I just put some new grips on here, some Scott's. They work pretty good. I put hairspray up under them and it made them stick pretty good. This side was stretched out, so I took some baseball tape to wrap your bats with, or wrap the handlebar with it, and slid this over it, and it don't wiggle either, but that end does because I ran out. But that held up pretty well. I got this at, I think it was Academy, for bicycles to hold your phone. Works pretty well, especially if you play music a lot. It works pretty well. But as for a 650, if you're looking at buying one, I wouldn't recommend it. It has good power, but since everything is independent, stuff breaks really easy, especially my boots. I replace those at least once a year on either the front or the back. I usually have to tear down the whole four-wheeler and replace those. As you can see, the front one is actually broke, and I replaced it last year. But I haven't got where I got tired of doing it, so if the axle fucks up on the end, I'll just put a new axle in it. I'm tired of changing dope out. But these are 25s. I can fit 27s with the 2-inch wheel spacers I have. These are the Mud Bugs. They do really good. These are 25 by 8 by 12s on the front. I'm gonna get the same thing in the back and get some new wheels for the back, because these are 25 by 10 by 12. But it does pretty good in the mud. Just excuse me, things break pretty easy, and this four-wheeler has a lot of use on it. Almost everything has been rebuilt. As you can see, there is, how do I do the hours again? 836 hours on the four-wheeler with 6,000 miles. I'm trying to get it without a glare. But when you crank it up cold, it makes a loud ticking noise. No one seems to know what that is, even shops don't. But when it warms up, it quits. So, I mean, I ain't really worried about it, but you have that. If you're looking at buying a Rincon and it does that when it's cold, I wouldn't really worry about it. Mine's been doing it for a while. But that's about it on this. They aren't foot shifted. Actually, this thing here don't work. The brake, I disconnected that. So this over here don't work either. A parking brake, so I use my winch to park it. And this one here, you have to pump it until it builds up. And I've done rebuilt the brakes on the front twice, and still that happens. But it has automatic and manual, 3 gears, a 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel drive shift. It's got the EMS switches on the side. You kind of shift it like a car. I mean, you got your reverse, you got your drive and your neutral. But I don't know how the newer ones are, if they're any better. But with a 2-inch wheel spacers, it gives it a pretty good stance. And I only paid, I think, $70 for the wheel spacers. The towing hitch in the middle comes in pretty handy, especially when you try and get pulled out. Because for some reason, you pull from the rack, it just digs it deeper in the ground. So I always hook it down there. Those are plastic skid plates I have on there. They were on there when I bought it, so I have no idea how much they cost to put those on there. I would recommend getting metal ones and not plastic ones. Also, the sway bars broke. The ball joint broke off, which, I mean, I don't think I really need it. I haven't had it hooked up for a long time. I mean, it'll slide over the head eventually, but it won't stay on there. Or maybe it will. Maybe it'll stay on there for a little while. But it has shitty back brakes. It's a disc on the drive shaft, so it's kind of sketchy in my opinion. It puts a lot of stress on the diff if you have to use the rear brakes. That's kind of the reason why I don't have them hooked up. They kept locking up, so I just unhooked them and bled the valves up. So, but it has a factory exhaust, and the way the exhaust is designed is it has like a loop system, kind of, so it kind of keeps water from going up in the motor when you go under. Even if it does cut off, you can usually crank it right back up and no water will get in the motor. But that is my Rincon 650. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll be posting another video about my new exhaust. Probably tomorrow. I may post this one today, then I'll post that one tomorrow. I'm gonna try and start doing more and more videos. I'm gonna do some videos on showing this in the mud and how it performs, and then my lift, I'll try and do an install video. Then I'll do a video showing off how it flexes and how it performs and what the biggest tire size is you can fit on it and such. So if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed.